Hi and welcome. Today I'm gonna share with you 9 hacks so you can make music faster in less time and make the song better. I really hope that you will benefit from this. This has been something that helped me a lot. I've been struggling with all these points different times in my career, and in the end, these are the 9 points that are stuff that I've really been missing, and I wrote them down over the years, and now I put them in a PDF. You can download the PDF in the end of the video, and let's just get into it. I'm just gonna explain everything about it, and then you can download the PDF. Enjoy. Part 1. Is the rhythm clearly defined in each section? What does it mean? It means you should be able to hear the section. It can be like the verse or the chorus, and you can hear like this is the rhythm they're going for. It can be like 4 on the floor. It can be like boom boom tsh, boom boom tsh. That is like a super clearly defined rhythm. The instruments should complement that in some way. If it doesn't, like listen to it. Like, can you groove with it, or is it too many elements or too little elements to not support the rhythm? I think this is super important. Kind of subjective, but what is clearly defined. I think if you listen to like popular songs and you listen to this, they have it in almost every song. Part 2. Does your song convey emotions? Of course, I think this is so important. There's so many producers who just makes a song and they're super good at producing. They're super good at like making all the mixing and everything is just sound super good. But when you listen to the song, you feel nothing. You have to find some feeling in the song. If you don't, then the song is not gonna connect with people. Why you need emotions? Emotions are what connects people with the song. It can be whatever. It can be like energetic emotions, or like happy or sad or lonely, whatever. But try to build the song around that emotion. Or it can be emotions. It can be like the verse is super depressive and then the chorus is happy. It's up to you, but it has to have emotions so you can connect with the listeners. If it doesn't, like, just redo it. Find the emotion in the song. I usually try to find an emotion when I start building it, and I'm like, depending what mood I am in, I'm thinking about this, and then, or I'm feeling something and I just make it, and if it doesn't hit me right, I just keep going at it. But it's important for you to have this, so your songs are gonna be better. Part 3. Does the song sound like one song, or does it sound like a mashup? What I mean with that is it's kind of very simple. It's when you produce, sometimes you produce the verse and the chorus are in the production state, they are so different, and there's no bridge to connect them like this. It goes like, it sounds like two different songs. This has happened to me a few times. I played the song for some friends or family, and they were like, "Oh." After the verse, when the chorus hits, I was like, "Yeah, now you're gonna get to the good part," and and then we're like, "Is this another song?" They get super confused, and that is not what you want to be happening. You have to, they have to understand that it's one song and not two songs. So I think the line is super thin, like where it's good and where it's bad. Because if you're really good at producing and arranging, you can push the limits so far. But this is something you have to keep in mind. Like sometimes you get carried away and you're like, oh, this sounds so cool and this sounds so cool. But when you play it and listen to it, does it do they connect? Like, does the verse, pre-chorus, build up or whatever, and then the chorus, do you feel like they're connecting or no? Part 3. Does the verse 1 and the verse 2 sound exactly the same? This is something that I've been doing a lot of times. I'm a little bit lazy when I'm producing. I usually put my main focus in the chorus because I think that's the most important part. But I forget the verse is the introduction to the chorus. So it's so important that you don't, even if you copy it, make some differences. Even if you have like a vocal part for verse 1 and verse 2, like totally different ones. But keep in mind the rhythm thing. It's so important that you make some small differences. So when you listen to it, you can feel like, oh, this is clearly a verse, but it doesn't sound exactly the same. You can add some percussions, you can add some drums, or like some new instrument, but just make tiny adjustment. Don't make too much. Don't make too much. Like, you still need to be able to hear that it's a verse, but maybe give the verse 2 a little bit more energy or less energy, however you want to put it, depending on what type of song you're making, but definitely make some tiny adjustments. I think it's good to keep the attention span of the listener, like, so they want to keep listening. Part 5. Is the chorus catchy? When you listen to your song, does it get stuck in your head? And like, if you produce a song and you listen to it over and over and over again, go back to your first initial feeling, like, I made this chorus and I thought it was catchy, then you're on the right track. If it wasn't, like, if you never felt that feeling, then maybe it wasn't. And try play it for other people and see if they start jamming and vibing to it. If they don't, maybe you need to redo it. But this, in the end, is gonna lead to you having a much better song that keeps people listening and wanna listen to your music more. Part 6. Does the chorus or hook catch your attention? It's very important when you make the chorus so it catches. It has to be catchy, like I said way back, but it also needs to capture your attention. It can be words you use that are more impactful for people that listen to, like power words, or it can be like some synth, like a cooler synth sound, but it needs to catch the listener's attention so that they feel something and that they are connected. And they're like, oh my God. It can be like shouting sound in the background. It can be whatever. Just have something so it catches their attention. Because if the song is too flat on energy level, you are definitely not gonna be able to get people to listen to it more than once. 7. Is the arrangement strong enough? This is the macro thing. When you listen to the song, you have to look at the big picture. Is the arrangement strong enough? Do all parts, like the verse, pre-chorus, or chorus, do they fill their purpose? Usually it's like a red line, like a story baseline that goes like this, and the verse introduce some storytelling or whatever, and then you get into the pre-chorus, and then when you hit the pre-chorus, it explains something else, and then you get into the chorus, and then you get the release part. And when you listen to it, do they connect? Sometimes you do, like I said in part 3, like you make 3 separate parts and they don't like move together. I think you have to find a way. I think you can tell when you listen to a song, like, verses leads into next part, very good, or if it doesn't. And then leads us to part 8. Part 8 is like, does the transition between 2 parts sound smooth? What I mean with that is, that's more like on the micro level. You can be like, the last 4 bars of the verse or the pre-chorus leads into the chorus, and if you listen to that, it needs to be smooth. Like, it doesn't have to be like silky smooth, don't take the word literally, but you can have like big build-ups and then nothing, so it goes like this, whoop, and then it goes up again. That's all fine, but it has to, when you listen to it, you have to be like, this makes sense. This build-up, this lead into this sound to this section is smooth. It works. So definitely try to listen to this. If it doesn't, then you have to rethink it. Hope you understand what I mean. Part 9. Does the song sound complete to you? I think this part is super, super important. It's even more macro than part 7. But I think you should do this, like, let's say you've done part 1 to 8 and they all sound good. And you're like, perfect, now I'm going to part 9. Leave the song for at least 24 hours. Let it sit, do something else. Just think about something else, whatever, or start a new song, and then go back to listen to the song. And then you can actually hear if you made a lot of mistakes or if you didn't, because you get your ears to rest and reset. So you listen to the song over and over again. Like when I produce a song, I listen to it hundreds and thousands and so many times. So if I have some sounds that are not really fitting, my ears get used to it. But when I pick up a song like a year later, I'm just like, oh my god, why did I have this sound? It don't fit, or it's way too loud, or it interrupts the vocals, or it definitely don't feel like the song is at all complete. You need to have a little bit of reset and rest your ears and head and think about something else, do something else. So definitely at least 24 hours. I really, really hope that this helps you. And I believe for you, it's going to help you when you have done this on a few songs. This is going to be implemented in the way you make music and produce it. So you're definitely going to be able to make more music that sound better in less time. Because when you make parts, when you find these faults within the way you make music, at least how it was for me, I implement this into when I make the music, and I try to avoid these same mistakes. So I really hope this helps you make more music in less time. And you can download this PDF for free. I think I can add a card here. So just click the link and then get it. I really hope it helps. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, or if you think if I didn't explain everything correctly, or you need help with something else, just put them in the comments. I'm really looking forward to helping you out. Have the best of time. Peace.